Hello, hello. How is everyone doing this evening? Hello. As you come in, say hello so I can know that you can hear and see me clearly. As you come in, say hello so I can know that I can hear, that you can hear and see me clearly as you come in. Come in, say hello so I can know that you hear and see me clearly. That you can hear and see me clearly. Come on in, come on in. As you come in, say hello so I can know that you hear and see me clearly. Well, you guys, good evening, Facebook family and YouTube. How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing this beautiful evening? Well, I would like to welcome you all to my live session. This is week three. Yes, week three of CEO Chronicles. Yes, this is week three of CEO Chronicles. So, can y'all hear me okay? And can you see me clearly? If you can see and hear me clearly, put a number one in the chat. If you can see and hear me clearly, put a number one in the chat. Okay, as you're coming in, I would like to welcome everyone. And I would like to let you know this is the CEO Chronicles Live Week 3 session. Yes, so as you come in, say hello so I would know that you can hear and see me clearly and we can get started, okay? So again, I would like to welcome everyone for tuning in to this live session of Week 3 of the CEO Chronicles. And I have some good for you all today. Yes. Um, as you come in, if you see the live session, you can also hit hashtag live to let me know that you're alive. All right, thank you. Hello, everyone. So I can assume that you all can hear and see me clearly. I don't want to be talking for 30 minutes and realize, oh my gosh, no one can hear me. So as you can hear me, okay, great. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for coming in, Deja. Thanks for coming in, Deb. Appreciate you all for showing up for yourselves today. I appreciate that. Today is going to be a great session. Today is going to be a great session. So as you're coming in, I want you to share this with your Facebook buddies. Yes, your entrepreneur buddies. You know, we have those friends in our lives that are in business with us, or we may have been discussing business with them. Now it's a time to share this with them. Okay, go ahead and share this live with them so they will not be left out. We're not going to be stingy today. We're going to share this information with our entrepreneur buddies. Okay, so again, you all, I'd like to welcome you all for showing up today. And today's session is going to be about, put it up here, smoking hot secrets to uncover an untapped market and skyrocket your business. Yes, that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to tap into some things that most entrepreneurs do not consider or tap into. Okay, so today's subject is we're going to talk about smoking hot secrets to uncover an untapped market and skyrocket your business. So I hope you all are ready to get everything started. So, as we begin today, we're going to explore why market research, yes, market research is the driving force behind every successful business. Yes, market research. This is a very unsexy topic. Like most people say, like my coach said, this is very unsexy, but this is something, this is part of your structure that most people do not understand is very important. Okay. This part of your business is very important because remember, marketing is over 80 to 85% of your business because people need to be able to see and hear you. They need to be able to know that you exist, right? So that's part of you showing up for one. And then the other part is you may need to market online or you may need to market offline. But before you do that, you need to know who are you talking to, okay? Who are you talking to? So once you decide what business you want to do, now you need to also decide in that process that it's a particular type of customer that you're looking for, right? So as you come in, say hello. Say hello as you're coming in so I know that you're here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get tapped in and get started. So how does market research help you in your business? That has been a topic that I've been having customers asking me because a lot of them don't know who their target audience is. And so that's what we're going to discuss tonight. Um, Market research helps you understand your audience. Okay. Market research also helps you understand your competitors and also the industry trends because you have trends. Okay. And it's going to also help you pave the way for strategic planning and the growth of your business because a lot of people don't think about these things when you're starting off in business. Market research is very important because you want to make sure you're not hit or miss. You want to make sure you're just not throwing a target at something and it just fall out the sky. Okay. So we want to make sure that we are talking to the right people that we are targeting. So market research is very, very important. It's a very detrimental part of your business success. And we're going to tap into that today. Okay. So the first strategy in making sure you are okay with your market research is identifying your target audience. How many entrepreneurs do we have on here tonight? How many entrepreneurs? If you are an entrepreneur, hit the number 3. Type the number 3 in the comment section if you are an entrepreneur. I want you to type the number 3 because this is very important in your business. If you want to be successful in your business, this is one of the major important things that you need to make sure that you have in place, which is your target audience. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Okay? Because who are you talking to is very important. That's what's going to determine your success. Because most of the times when we go in business, we don't think about who are we going to be talking to. We don't think about who our target audience is. We just say, what? We want a business, right? That's what most people say. But I have news for you this evening that it is bigger than you saying you just want to start a business, okay? You need to know who will you be targeting with that business. Okay, that's how we're going to begin. I'm going to put my eyes on here to make sure I can see everything correctly. Okay, so the first step in market research is knowing who your target audience is inside and out. Okay, inside and out. We're going to cover the techniques to help you define your target audience tonight. We're going to make sure that you understand their pain points and you're going to recognize what motivates them to buy. Okay? What motivates your target audience to buy? You need to know this. And I want to make sure you go ahead and share this out with your business buddy because they need to know this. Okay? They definitely need to know this because a lot of people don't understand market research plays a very detrimental part of your business being successful because you don't want to just be out there willy-nilly just doing what you want to do and you talking to the sky, you talking to the moon and the stars. Okay? You just talking to everybody. So you need to know that there is a target audience for your product or your service. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do when we start developing our target audience is why identifying your target audience is important. Why does it matter? Why does it matter that you need to identify your target audience? Because understanding, for one, understanding your target audience is like having a compass. When you agree, it's like having a compass that guides your business in the right direction. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Identifying your target audience matters because it helps you understand your target audience is like having a compass that guides you in your right business decisions because we're going to make decisions all day, every day in our business, right? But we need to make sure that we are encompassing the right people and we are targeting the right people. Again, so we won't be just willy-nilly out here anywhere doing everything without being for sure or we're targeting or we're talking to the right people. When you agree? Now, this also allows you to tailor your products. This allows you to tailor your services and your marketing efforts to meet the specific needs and desires of your ideal customers. When you agree, okay, you want to make sure you are talking to your right customer about your product or about your service. And also, this helps you meet the specific needs and desires of your ideal customers. Because once you know who your ideal customer is, then you can go and find out exactly what that ideal customer needs. What is that ideal customer pain point? Okay, so you see how important knowing who your ideal customer is, how your market research plays a very detrimental point in your whole process of you being successful in your business. When you agree? Yes, knowing who your target audience is very important because guess what? Not only is knowing who your target audience is, I'm gonna give you an example. You want to be able to target the right person, but guess what? You also want to be able to attract the right happy paying customer. I'm gonna say that again. Not only do you want to be able to target the right person, but you want to make sure that you attract the right ideal customer. Because when you don't do your market research and you out there, you just jump out there head first, right? Not thinking about who you're going to be talking to, or what, or don't even mention what niche you're going to be talking to, right? All these things plays a very, very important part in your market research. For example, who you are attracting. I'm gonna give an example of myself. When I first started off in consulting, I was talking to everybody. And guess what? And that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. If you're in business and you decide to talk to everybody, your business is not designed to talk to everybody. Okay, we're just gonna be real with it. You're gonna have to sit down, you're gonna have to think about, who am I trying to reach? Who do I want to serve? Okay, so you got to think about that target audience. Is very, very important. I remember when I began, I was like, then I said, well, you know what? I want to target a specific person because of where I came from. I wanted to target a person that was similar to myself, right? Realizing that person was somebody that I did not want to work with, really. The industry that that person was in and involved with, I was like, oh no, no sirree, no, no ma'am, Pam, not. I said, cat, I do not want to work with those individuals, right? But that comes hit or miss because as you begin to get out and you begin to talk, when you don't have a specific audience in mind, you will realize who you don't want to talk to as well. You'll realize who you don't want to be your happy paying customer as well. You'll learn all these things as you begin to go out and you begin to market yourself and you begin to send out a message to who you're trying to reach. So your target audience is important. Why? Because also it also helps you determine who you don't want to target. It helps you determine who you don't want to be your happy paying customer. Okay? Because I had to learn that thing hard, like really hard. Like I thought I wanted to target these individuals, but when I began to talk to those individuals, those individuals begin to be attracted to me. I said, "Oh no, that's not it. Get somebody else to do it." As they say, get somebody else to do it. Those are not the individuals I wanted to track. So I had to go back to the drawing board and realize and be more specific, make my messaging very specific for the particular person that I wanted to attract. Okay, because your target audience are going to be the ones you want to attract. So make sure your messaging is in place and it's full bulletproof. Whereas when you begin to put your messaging out there and you begin to track those individuals, that is exactly who you want to work with. Okay. As y'all coming in, make sure y'all sharing this. I thank y'all for putting in number 3. I see I got some entrepreneurs on here with us this evening. So I appreciate y'all for showing up, for being an entrepreneur, because you all need this, you guys, as entrepreneurs. And I'm doing these CEO Chronicles on purpose because as a coach, there's only so much you can do in your teaching sessions, in your consulting sessions. And I realized there was some gaps. Okay. And that's another thing. That's going to be the next phase we're going to talk about this evening with the next session as far as your market research goes. Okay. Now, also your customer persona. What is customer persona, dog? Well, I'm glad you asked. Your customer persona are the fictional representations of your ideal customers. What are you saying? They actually embody the characteristics of the individuals within your target audience. Yes, these people, they actually embody the characteristics of the individuals within your target audience. Okay, so creating your customer persona allows you to humanize your audience. When you say humanize, yeah, you make it more tangible, you make it more touchable, you actually make your audience more humanized. And it makes it easier to understand their motivations and it makes it easier to understand their challenges because you need to know who your customers are. You need to know what their pain points are. Okay, your pain points are what you want to be reaching out to, what your messaging is going to address, because you want to draw their attention to you, right? To be able to service them, to be able to have a product that you have, to make sure that you'll be able to do whatever you need to do to help their customer, right? All that plays a part. So identifying your target audience matters because it helps you understand who they are and make sure you put a compass in place to make sure that you are going in the right direction. It also allows you to help identify your customer persona. Okay. And then the last thing would be it also helps you collect data. It also helps you get feedback. Okay. So when it comes down to your market messaging, all those things are important. It helps you with your target audience, get the right messaging. It helps you with the customer persona, and it also helps you collect data and feedback. Now, to identify your target audience accurately, I need you to leverage your data and feedback. And when I say leverage your data and feedback, you're going to utilize analytical tools to gather insight from your websites. Some of you have websites, right? And your websites actually have analytical tools attached to it. So you'll be able to track who they are, where they come from, social media. Most of the social media platforms all have analytical data attached to them. You can analyze what time they show up, what they do on Facebook. When you do the Facebook ads, you can be very, very um, detrimental as far as trying to figure out who your target audience is or who you want to track. They have it very specific of your persona, everything, all of that thing, all those things are in place on social media. So when you're going live on Facebook or when you're posting on Facebook, when you're posting on Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media platform you choose to utilize, most of those have analyzing tools in place as a business because they want you to know who your target audience is. They want you to know who's showing up for you. And that's what you want. You want to know who is showing up for you. Okay. If y'all understand this information is some good information, put a heart in the chat. Put a heart in the chat. If this is some good information, some things you never really thought about in business when you started a business, these things are very, very detrimental and important because most people don't think about market research when they begin their business. And these things are should be in the forefront of your business because remember, you need to make sure you are talking to the right individuals that you plan on servicing. Okay? So we said the target audience matter. We said basically knowing who your customer persona is, who they're showing up as. Like example, like you need to know like where they eat at, what they like to do. Are they Christian? Are they atheists? What I mean, who you want to deal with? All these things are important in your market research because you're gonna realize you're gonna start getting a lot of people that you don't want to service. Why? Because you was not specific. You was not specific when it came down to you targeting who you need to target based on who you wanted to service. Because you do have that control as a CEO, a boss of your business, you have control over who you want to service. So don't make people think, well, you got to service them. No, you have that control. This is your business. If you don't want to service that particular type of individual, you don't have to. But you need to be very specific when it comes down to you planning it out, when it comes down to navigating and setting that compass in place to make sure your messaging is addressing the right individual that you want to serve. Okay? All right, all right. Also, timing is good. I'm sorry, testing. Testing, testing is a very important point that goes along with your audience, target audience. Testing actually helps you identify your target audience in an ongoing process. I go through testing all the time with my audience because sometimes I might have to pivot and rearrange my messaging because every now and then I might have a gap in there somewhere where somebody might slip through the cracks. I'm looking like, oh, how they get in there? I was not trying to target them. So when you go through that process, you're actually able to know who you're targeting and who you are not trying to target. And that's what they're testing. And you actually can refine it. You can refine your target audience. Like, okay, you know what? I think I might want to just take them off. I don't want to deal with that particular audience. I want to deal with this audience because you may feel like you may get more results or they may receive you better. Okay. So those things are very, very, very important. As you come in, say hello. As you coming in, I see some of y'all coming in. As you come in, we are in the live session of our third session of CEO Chronicles. Yes, we are in the third session of CEO Chronicles. We've been going forth each week for 3 weeks now. For 3 weeks, we've been doing real good. And if you've missed the last two sessions, I need you to go back and watch those last two sessions. They're on Facebook Live and they're on YouTube. Okay. So if you've missed the last two sessions, hey there, Marcy, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us today. So if you missed those last two sessions, make sure you go back and watch them because there was some good information. These CEO Chronicles are things that I'm discussing that most people are not addressing. And I want to make sure because I don't want you to get out there in the marketplace and you realize that, wow, like, I cannot believe This is going on out here. Nobody never told me this. Nobody never warned me that these type of people are out here. Yeah, there are all type of people out there in the marketplace. A lot of different kind of people. But the good thing about your business is that you got control over who you talk to. You got control over who you want to target. And that's where market research comes into place. You need to know a specific person, a specific niche. And as you go throughout this process, you guys, you're going to learn some things you might need to grow. As you're growing and as you're evolving, you're going to notice that, you know what, I no longer want to service that person because you've evolved. Come on, your business has evolved. So now your customer base may be evolved as well. So you may need to regroup and redo some things. As you come in, say hello and make sure you share this out. We're in the live session today. So if you this is live and you see that red button at the top, make sure you hit the number one to let me know you like, oh, just say hello. Just say hello to let me know that you are here. Okay. So we just finished the first thing we talked about was targeting your audience. Make sure you target the right audience. Okay. The second thing we're going to do to make sure we are doing the right thing when it comes to market research is, oh, I need you to also to remember that a laser focused approach to identifying your target audience sets the stage for all your marketing efforts. Okay. So when you know who you're talking to, and you get all that in alignment, that actually helps you set the stage for all your marketing efforts. Okay. It actually ensures that your messaging resonates with the right people. Okay. I want to make sure I didn't forget to tell you that it ensures that your messaging resonates with the right people. You want to make sure that your messaging resonates with the right people because leading to stronger brand loyalty, it also helps you increase your conversation. It helps you with your growth. All those things plays very, very important when you are targeting the right people. Okay. All those things plays a detrimental part. Now, number two, your second strategy is analyzing your competitors. Most people never think about this. That's why I tell people market research is very, very, very important because not only you need to make sure you're talking to the right people and you're attracting the right audience, okay, you need to also make sure that you can analyze who your competition is. Who are your competitors? Most people don't like to use that word. I'm not in competition. No, it's not so much as you're in competition with people you know. It's just that you need to know who's out there in the industry. Who else is doing the same thing that you are doing? And that's when I tell my clients, you need to make sure that you go out and you sit down and you do your research. That's where the market research come in handy. Find out who else is doing the same thing that you're doing. Okay? How they're doing it. Because most of the time you see things like that out there in the marketplace, there may be gaps. Okay? Most of the time there are gaps. And with those gaps being in place, you can actually go in and fill those gaps. Because it's not so much as everybody doing the same thing. Because we get so afraid and we get tied up in where Jack is doing what I'm doing, where Jill is doing what I'm doing. But guess what? They're not you. Come on. You have to embrace your uniqueness. You need to realize what makes you different from everybody else. That is the thing that's going to help your clients resonate with you. Okay? When you agree, that is the thing that's going to make your clients resonate with you. It doesn't matter who else doing the same thing. You can have 20 talk shows out there, but guess what? Your customers are going to show up for you because they like your personality. They like how you carry yourself. They like how you talk. They like you. They buy into you before they buy into what you have. I'm going to say that again. Your customer's going to buy into you before they buy into what you have. So it doesn't matter who else is doing what you're doing, but it is good to know who else is out there doing the same play on the same playing field that you are. But that's when you're going to realize what those gaps are, and you're going to show up differently, so your customers can be able to decipher who they actually want to service them. Now, as being a CEO myself, I understand that it is definitely critically the importance of understanding your rivals, right? And leveraging that knowledge to stay at the forefront of your industry. You need to know who your rivals are, who your competitors are. That's going to help you stay in the forefront, okay, of your industry. So when you decide to go in business, and this is information is good for people that's in business already, or you may be just starting a business. Because most people that are in business, they have not been told of these things that I'm discussing with you all this evening. Okay. Most businesses have not been told that market research is a very detrimental part of their success in their business. Okay. So I want you to make sure that you understand everything that we're going on that we're talking about. Do y'all have any questions for me so far? Is this information good this evening? I want to make sure that this is some good information that I'm giving you all, because a lot of times most people don't take the time to teach you all this information. And I want to make sure that you are successful at whatever you tend to put your hands to, because it's one thing to do something, but I want to make sure that you have the right tools and the right strategies in place to be successful in it. Okay. Now, as a CEO myself, I told you that I understand how critical it is, but today we're also going to explore some strategies and some other techniques that would enable your business to outshine your competition. And the first thing we're going to do, or how we're going to do that, is we're going to identify who our competitors are. How you do that? Market research. Find out who else is doing the same thing that you may be doing. The first step in analyzing your competition is to identify who your competitors are. Okay. Now, this goes beyond the obvious ones, right? We need you to look at a direct competition. We need you to also look at your indirect competition. Yeah, there are different types of competitors. You have your direct competitors, I mean, they're doing the exact same thing you're doing. And then you have your indirect competitors. Okay. That means that you all can fall in the same industry, but you may be doing different things. Okay. That you all, your process, your product and service can play off one another. Okay. They are indirectly, aligned to you. Okay, so you have direct competitors and you have indirect competitors. Okay, all of those people play a very component part into your market research. The next thing is a SWOT analysis. What is a SWOT? Do anybody on here know what a SWOT analysis is? A SWOT, SWOT, SWOT analysis. So you've identified who your customer is, who your competitor is. Now, when you realize who your competitor is, and you did it, you found out whether they're a direct competitor, whether they're an indirect competitor, or they may just show up in the marketplace in the industry that you're in. The next thing you need to do is a SWOT analysis. Okay, if you're still here with me, put a number 3 in the chat. If you're still here with me, put a number 3 in the chat. Okay, I want to make sure I'm still talking to my audience and make sure that no one has, or I'm not talking to anybody, I'm talking to myself for one. Okay, so if you are still here with me, put the number 3. Okay, so we said identifying your competitors. Okay, we said that a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is very important. Why? I'm gonna say what is a SWOT analysis? When you conduct a comprehensive SWOT analysis, that SWOT stands for strengths. SWOT stands for weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. I need somebody to put that in the chat. SWOT. SWOT. Put that in the chat. SWOT. I need you to make sure you do a SWOT analysis, okay? Because some of you may not never get a chance to get a coach. And I definitely recommend, because a lot of these things that I learned the hard way. But when I got a coach involved with me in my business, I learned a lot of these things because I didn't have anyone to tell me, Shauna, you need to do market research. Shauna, you need to do a SWOT analysis. Shauna, you need to figure out who your competitors are. And you can find out if they're direct competitors or they're indirect competitors. I didn't have anyone to go through this process with me. But I'm on here with you all this evening because I want you all to get a competitive edge on most people, because most people don't realize these things are very, very important when it comes down to the success of your business. And again, put this in the chat. SWOT. What does SWOT stand for? Your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Okay. So when you're identifying your competitors, you're going to do a SWOT analysis on each competitor. Yes. And I say everyone needs to do at least 3 competitors, a minimum of 3. Okay. A minimum of 3 competitors. And guess what? On each competitor, you're going to do a SWOT analysis. You're going to find out what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, as well as the opportunities and the threats that they bring. Okay? Okay? So, was that good information? Did y'all ever know about a SWOT? To know to do a SWOT analysis, or to even to think about who your competitors were? Thank you, Marcy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Your SWOT analysis involves your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. Okay? See, y'all didn't know, right? See, I knew it. Because most people are not going to tell you this. You have to go and pay for coaching to get this type of information, because I did. I didn't have anyone on live giving me this information free. Okay. So these are some very, very important information and tools and strategies that you all can utilize in your business, whether you're about to start a business or even if you're already in business. These are some things you need to know because you need to get a competitive edge on who else is in the marketplace with you. Okay. You need to get a competitive edge to know who else is in the marketplace with you. This is some very, 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 very good information. Okay. The next thing is, which is the last one I'm gonna give you when it comes down to your competitors, this one is called customer feedback and review. So once you release yourself or your content or your product in the marketplace, it's good to get a review. I always have my clients to do a review on my product or my service basically. I have my customers to do that. Why? Because I need to know what I need to improve on. I need to know what I was good at. And I need to know because I'm always trying to improve myself. Okay. I'm always trying to improve myself. Like this past year, I have hundreds of people set up LLCs. Okay. Because my thing was, if you're going to set them up, I need you to set them up right. Okay. We're going to set them up right. We ain't going to be playing around with these LLCs. We're going to set them up right because you're not just be going to the Secretary of State just to say, I filled out the paperwork, I did my LLC. No, I wanted to make sure that your LLC was credible and fundable, right? But as I began to go back and I began to look and do some competitive analysis, some SWOTs and figure out my target audience and the success rate, there were some things that I had to go back and review. And those things where I noticed there were some gaps. Some of the gaps were that, yeah, they were setting up LLCs, but they were not showing up for them. So what I decided to do, I decided to go back to the drawing board and I had to revise my program. I have a 12-week program now that actually involved this information because this is some deep information. You're not going to get this in one 30-minute setting, okay? But I wanted to give you an overview of some things to think about, to let you know what some things that you may not have thought of that now you need to go back and think of these things. So I had to add all these things in the process of me helping my clients set up their businesses because the mindset for one is very important. You need to know who you are and whose you are and how to embrace yourself to be able to show up and be comfortable enough. Last week we dealt with what? Imposter syndrome. A lot of you may be dealing with imposter syndrome. So if you missed last week, go back and do last week on imposter syndrome. How to tell if you actually have imposter syndrome or not. We talked about that. We discussed it. Okay. This week we are talking about market research. So I hope this information has been definitely good. But when you talk about your customer feedback and reviews, that actually helps you listen to your customers and monitor their feedback and review the information. Because guess what? Your customers will also let you know what the competition is out there. They'll be like, Doc, such and such doing this, they doing it like this, or that didn't work for me. So I know what the gaps are. Okay. So all these things play a very important role in your success as a coach, as a mentor, as well as a customer. As you begin to set your business in place, you need to make sure that you got all these things in place. Okay? You need to make sure you got all these things in place. Do anybody have any questions so far? I'm gonna put my big finger up here. Do anybody have any questions so far? Because guess what? I want you all to do. There are some things in place that I need you all to show up for. Okay, because I know there may be a lot of you all on here that may thinking about starting a business, or you may not have such a business up yet. So you may be afraid for whatever reason. You may say, you know what, I don't got the funding for it, Doc. I just can't get it together. And that's okay. Because with that in place, these are some things you can do yourself in the background. Okay, before you go set up that LLC. These are some things that you can do in place for yourself. You can do your market research. And if you don't have any funds to hire a coach or to hire someone to come in and do this for you, other businesses are in place. Like I tell people, sometimes as an entrepreneur, this may not be the right thing for you. And I just have to be honest because everybody's not made to be an entrepreneur. I get it. And I'm okay with that. Okay. And when I do my consultations with my clients, I kind of pretty much can figure out who is pretty good or who can be a successful entrepreneur. Sometimes you might need a push, but then there are some people who may not be cut out, because they would give up quick. Like, I cannot do that. That's just too much work. Let me stay at my 9 to 5, and that's okay. That's okay if that's what helps you. That's what makes sure you can take care of your household. But if not, if you want to just kind of scratch the surface, you might say, you know what, I might want to get my feet wet in entrepreneurship just to see. Network marketing might be something good for you. Why? Because everything is in place. The marketing is in place. Everything, the business is in place. Only thing you're doing is sharing what's already put in place. So network marketing may be a good way for you to get your feet wet when it comes to business. But for those of you that are ready to go full force and you're ready to do what you need to do to start your own business, to be your own CEO of your company, these are some things that you can start doing right now. You can start putting these things in place, okay, for yourself in your business. Okay, so the last one was what? Customer feedback and review. Okay, so we went over two major strategies this evening. What was the first strategy we went over? Can anybody remember the first strategy we went over tonight? The first strategy we went over was what? To make sure we got everything in place. Then with market research was what? Making sure we know who our target audience is, right? Making sure we know who our target audience is. So somebody put that in the chat for me. Put target audience in the chat for me. Put target audience in the chat for me. Okay? Put target audience in the chat. Okay? So again, you guys, I'm Dr. Shalandia, and I am a CEO alchemist. I help entrepreneurs show up as their most authentic self in their businesses, as well as dominate the marketplace. And one way I do that is that I show up for you. I show you how I be the perfect example of how showing up for your businesses. Like I said, I've been showing up for the last 3 weeks to make sure you got these CEO Chronicles in place, to make sure you know that there is a way that you can be successful, even if you cannot afford a coach. But I like to let you know if you can afford a coach, please, please get with someone, even if it's not me. Get with someone because a coach or a mentor is going to help take the age or take the time off your success. Okay, because a lot of times when you're trying to do it on your own, that's what we make a lot of mistakes, you guys, trying to figure it out on our own. We make a lot of mistakes trying to YouTube and Google it. You know, I love me some YouTube and Google, but there are just some things that I need someone to talk to. I need someone to fill in the gaps. That's where that coaching and mentor come in at. So again, if you need help, you need some one-on-one help, I need you to go to bit.ly/reset consult and set up a time to get on my calendar. Okay, it's free. But I want to be able to talk to you to make sure to see if I'm a good fit for you because I may not be a good fit for you. Okay, I may have to refer you to someone else. But if so, I want to be able to talk to you and discuss some things with you to make sure that entrepreneurship may even be something that you may need to do, that you may want to do. Okay, again, can somebody put this in the chat for me? Put bit.ly/or/reset consult. Put that same thing I have on the screen, put that in the comment section for me. So in case someone go through and watch this in the replay, they can just click on the link and it'll take them directly to the consultation where we can have a conversation, we can have a one-on-one to go over this with you. If you started a business or you may be already in business, you may be a seasoned entrepreneur, but you never thought about market research, okay? I need you to set up that one-on-one consultation with me so we can get everything rolling. Okay, make sure I'm getting all your comments here. Do anybody have any questions for me? Do anybody have any questions for me? Okay, because I know this was a lot of information, you all, but I wanted to make sure that you had everything you needed to begin the process. Okay, I wanted to make sure that you had what you needed. Okay, because there is definitely power in market research. You see how detrimental being redoing your market research can help your business, how your business can be successful. 90% of businesses fail every year because they didn't do this part of it. You were setting a business up for an audience that did not exist. And your market research will cover your area that you're in as well. Okay? Because you may check and see, are you the only one in that area doing what you're trying to do? Or if you have competitors in that area that are doing the same thing, what can make you stand out? What can make you distinctive? What can make you different from them? Okay? For one, you are different. Okay? You are different for number one. But then for two, what service may you be able to offer or how can you present it differently to make yourself be more distinctive from someone else that may be doing the same thing you're doing? Okay? All right. Now I want to hear from you all. Okay? I want to hear from you all. Share your questions or your insight on the information that you all received this evening. Was it some good information? Was it helpful? Okay. Was market research, knowing about market research, helpful for you tonight? Was this information helpful for you to be able to be successful in your business? Okay. Let me know, was this information helpful? Okay. Let me know if this information was helpful. Take that over here. Okay. So most of you all found me here on Facebook, right? Or YouTube. Okay. So if you are not like or subscribe my YouTube channel, I need you to go do that right now. Because I'll be sharing this information. I have a lot of more information I'll be sharing on YouTube as well. So this is my YouTube handle, dr.shalaniabell3158. That's my YouTube handle. So if you're on YouTube, go and like and subscribe my YouTube channel. I would definitely appreciate it. It's free. Okay. It does not cost anything to like and subscribe the YouTube channel. Okay. If you are on social media, besides any other platform, besides Facebook, if you're on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, I am Shalania Bell across all platforms. Okay. Go on and find me because I be placing stuff on there all the time. I be placing those nuggets on there. Okay. Strategies, tips, and stuff like that. Go and like those channels. Okay. I would love to have you. Okay. I would love to have you. But this is my YouTube channel. Dr. dot, which is for Dr. dot Shalania Bell 3158. Okay. That's my YouTube handle. Go and like and subscribe. Okay. Do we have any questions? Do anybody have any questions for me this evening? Do anybody have any questions for me? Remember to like, you guys, to like this live and to share this out to your entrepreneur buddies, okay? Your CEO buddies, your boss babes, your boss friends, okay? Share this information out because I want to make sure this information get out because I know, like you said, you already know about it. There are a lot of more people that do not know about market research when it comes down to them their businesses being successful. Okay. I want you to go ahead and like and share this out. Okay. So we can reach as many people as possible. Share on your page. Okay. Because you may be able to reach people on your page, but that I may not be able to reach on my page. Because Facebook, you know how that algorithm work. Okay. So share this out. So if I can't reach them on my page, then you may be able to reach them on your page. Okay. All right. Do anybody have any questions for me? We've been on here 50 minutes or so, and I don't want to hold you long. I just want to give you that quick information. And remember, if you want to reach out to me, you will go to bit.ly/reset consult to set up a one-on-one consultation with me. And I'll be more than happy to go over some good information with you all to help you all to start this process. Because again, like I said, some of you may not want to start a business. You may be able to work a business already in place, which is network marketing. But whatever it is, we can discuss that. Okay, we can discuss that because I got some things in place that will be able to help you either way. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, that's all from me this evening. Or you are so welcome, Marcy. You are so welcome. Thank you for joining in with us. We'll be here every week. I said I was going to do 6 weeks for CEO Chronicles. This is week 3. We're halfway through the 6 weeks of CEO Chronicles. So next week I'll be back. So I need you to stay tuned. I need you to make sure that you have me on your notifications so you can know when I'm showing up. So right now it's on Tuesdays evening. Okay, and normally the time is 6 or 7 o'clock. So when you see the notification, make sure you're tuning in. Okay, you're coming in. You're going to come back to watch the beginning. I was like, okay, great, Alex, that is great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Again, I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been great. I have really enjoyed each and every one of you all that has came in and took time out of your busy schedules with me today because guess what? You showed up for yourself today. That's the first step of being successful. Okay. You showed up for yourself. You showed up to get some things that most people knew about, but they didn't take the time to show up. So they didn't get this information. Okay. So they're going to continue to be where they are until they actually maybe have to go pay somebody to give them this information. But you got it today free. Okay. So make sure you share this out so your business buddies who wasn't able to make it, they can go back and review this on your live or on your replay. Okay. Again, you can find me on YouTube as well as Facebook with this information. Okay. So you guys, I'm not going to be before you long in here any longer. I'm about to sign off. I need to make sure, do anyone have anything they want to say, any questions or anything before we sign out? Okay. If not, I want to thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all for joining us today. And until next time, you guys, I need you all to keep researching. Okay. I need you to keep growing. I need you to keep conquering and overcoming those obstacles in the marketplace because they're going to come. But guess what? They don't have to overcome. So I need you to what? Stay focused and keep moving. Bye for now. Till next time.